Good evening. Welcome to the ninth session of Katha, a folklore and mythology club hosted by India Foundation every month, where folklore and mythology enthusiasts and geeks like us meet once a month to discuss stories around a particular theme in a very friendly and informal setting. Each session has a lead storyteller, usually a visiting artist, a diplomat, or a scholar, to kickstart the discussion with their favorite stories. Today, I'm delighted and honored to have with us Mr. Koraku Kanariya, uh, who has an MPhil from Cambridge University and has served with served this distinction as a diplomat in the Japanese foreign ministry, but then decided to devote his life to celebrate and popularize rakugo, a traditional comic storytelling art from Japan. He first performed rakugo in 1986, and after a brief gap of 32 years, immersed himself again in 2018 to perform around the world and educate and delight audiences around the world with rakugo. Let me also acknowledge a few senior dignitaries who are in the room. First of all, let me introduce the chair for today's session, Mr. Com Carpentier. He's a distinguished fellow with India Foundation. Also, although I know it embarrasses him to no death, but he is also one of the leading Indologists around the world. And so we are delighted to have you, Com sir, to chair the session. We are awaiting the presence of Sri Ram Madhav, who's the president of India Foundation, and who really has been the patron and the mentor, without whose support this leap of faith that is Katha would not have been possible. Let me also acknowledge His Excellency Ambassador Kiichi Ono, the Ambassador of Japan to India, who kindly agreed to grace this occasion and show his support to this initiative. And finally, let me also thank my friend Takashi Ariyoshi-san. Without your support and your friendship, this event would not have been possible. So thank you for that. Ariyoshi-san, we were just thanking you for your friendship and for your help in putting this together. One final word before I ask Komji to invite our lead storyteller for the evening is that this is not a conference. This is a very, very informal, friendly setting. So you can't be a passive listener here. You can't just sit and listen and check your phones once in a while. So as you see, there are blank sheets of paper in front of you. Those who don't have it, you will get them from there, and then Yanshri will just make sure you have them. Take these blank sheets of paper. You have to sketch the stories that you hear, and there is always a award for the best worst sketch, and you can see some of those samples from last time kept in front of you. So please feel free, don't be conscious of how good or bad your drawing skills are, but you have to be an active listener of these stories. Right. So as I invite Kanariya-san to take the stage and hand it over to Com Carpentier, may I request you to please collect sheets of paper and let's hope you have a great Katha session. Thank you.
Thank you, Apurv. Konnichiwa. Excellency, foreign diplomats, ladies and gentlemen and friends, it's my pleasure to invite the performing artist of today, Mr. Kanariya Koraku, to give his performance and also to introduce us to the art that he practices, the rakugo. As we know, humor is one of the most universal things in the human condition, but it's also one of the most culturally specific, in the sense that in many countries, the humor of another country is not necessarily understood, or at least is not considered to be really funny. So it's interesting to notice the differences in the perceptions of humor between the various cultures, and Japan has its own, of course, very particular and very culturally grounded form of humor and mirth, and you know what in the science of the bhavas in India is called hasa, you know, the sense of enjoyment, pleasure, laughter. And so it's our pleasure now to have this demonstration and this presentation of what Koraku is going to do, which is of course the rakugo performance. The floor is yours, or rather the tribune.
Thank you very much, everyone, for coming to the 9th Katha Session. Today, we'd like to present a traditional Japanese comedic story called RAKUGO, with 400 years of history. My name is Kanariya Koraku. Koraku is written here. I don't know, some of you are able to read this. It means happy and easy life with a lot of money. And I'm reasonably happy so far. I'm just waiting for the fortune to come my way. So if there are any generous people, please come see me afterwards. Mr. Parvav kindly introduced my background, which I've been trying to hide. I started out as a diplomat, believe it or not. But and another confession to make I have is that Ambassador Ono was my first superior. When I first joined the ministry, he was my boss. And this is an amazing coincidence that he happens to be sitting here. But while I was working with him, I realized that I had two major defects. One was that I couldn't really keep a secret. Whenever I see documents with the top secret stamp on it, I was so tempted to share with my brothers and sisters, family, and I have to fight very hard to keep me from doing so. The second problem I had was that I have a weakness for honey traps. So I realized that before I cause any problems and damage Ambassador Ono's career, I thought I'll be brave and voluntarily step down from diplomacy. And now I'm doing a comedic diplomacy instead. So that's what I am. Has anyone seen or heard of RAKUGO? Maybe, okay, not many. So today's program, I will do a very quick introduction of RAKUGO, maybe for 5 minutes or so. It's going to be interactive, so I'd like you to join me. Okay? Then I will move on to show a classic RAKUGO story, which is about 15 minutes long. Then I will do a bit of a lecture on RAKUGO with slides afterwards, so you have an idea of the history and a bit of background of RAKUGO and how it's perceived in contemporary Japan. Then we'd like to move on to the Q&A session. Okay? And if there are any of you who wants to come up on the stage, take pictures afterwards, you're more than welcome to do so. Okay, now, without further ado, let me move on to the intro of RAKUGO. So RAKUGO is a traditional Japanese comic storytelling of 400 years of history. So we have been telling almost the same stories over and over by different performers. It's very simple. Usually we have a plain background. Then we have a beautiful logo of India Foundation, which I'm very flattered. But we have a plain background and everything's very, very simple to help you imagine the stories in your head. So imagination is very important in RAKUGO. We only used two props to express different things. For example, the first one is the handheld fan called sensu in Japanese. This we can use to drink sake, for example, or we can use as a brush to write our characters. Nowadays, we can use to change channels. The hantel or tenugui, this is former wallet in the era period, some 300-400 years ago. You take the money out of here and you pay like this. Or it can be a book. Nowadays, can be a video game. And some people meet people like this. So we only use these two things. And we wear this traditional garment. In Japanese, it's called kimono. And I'm sure it's the same. In English, it's also called kimono. We sit in this very particular position called seiza. which literally means proper sitting. In Japanese, it's called seiza. In English, it's called punishment. So please do not try this at home. It's super painful. And what else? Rakugo is known for various gesticulations. But what's really popular is the gesture to eat things. And now I'd like you to join me, perform a bit of rakugo together. So with your right hand, please pretend you're holding a pair of chopsticks. Okay? And with your left hand, please imagine you're holding a bowl of hot soup noodles. Now it's cold, so we'd like to eat some hot soup. So with your chopsticks, please pull out noodles. And make sure you're looking at the noodles like this. Okay? And because it's hot, you want to cool it down. Okay? When it's ready, it's time to slurp. And you can be as loud as possible. In Japan, it's allowed. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. When you suck the noodles like this, you just, you splash a little bit. So you want to wipe, you want to make sure your face is clean. And then it's time to try the nice hot broth. The soup is very nice. Okay, ready? Well, everyone drop bowls. Please pick up the bowls. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This sound is very important. And as I said, imagination is very important. You can eat noodles in many different ways. You can eat really long noodles. And you can even play with food. You can throw noodles. You can even throw noodles at the audience. Professional rakugo performer. Wonderful. Okay, so this is really the basics of rakugo. I don't know what kind of image you have of Japanese culture. Rakugo is probably the least refined, least serious culture. So you'll have to sit back and relax. A couple tips before I move on to the story. The first tip is that if there's anybody in the audience who starts to laugh, please join him. Okay? And if there's absolutely no one in the audience who's laughing, please be courageous and be the first to start laughing. So all the polite people in the audience will join you. Okay? Wonderful. Right. So no matter where you go in the world, there are always people who pretend to know everything. Oh, is that you? Oh, come on in, come on in. Master, I heard it's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you very much. But it doesn't matter because I'm not getting any younger. But how old are you now? You can tell me. Don't be shy. Well, really, it doesn't matter. But if you really must know, I turned 65 today. 65? 65? You don't look 65. You look about 64. You're a silly guy, huh? But anyway, birthday is just an excuse for me to drink sake all day. But nobody else in my family drinks. But it's no fun drinking alone. Do you want to join me? May I? Oh, I'd love to. Thank you very much. Very good, huh? So I received some special gift from a relative yesterday who just came back from India. Huh? It's called lassi. It's not clear, it's white. It's very good, very rare. It's difficult to get anywhere. Do you know this sake? Is that a sake? But yes, lassi. Lassi. My goodness, I've heard about it, but I've never had it before. It's the first time. Good. It's the first time for everything. Yeah, give me your cup. Give it to me. Thank you. Thank you, Master. But just a little bit is fine because I know it's very precious. So, just a little bit is fine. A little bit more, please. I'm glad you liked it. Huh? Yeah, we have some sushi to go with lassi. Do you want to try? Sushi? Sushi? I've heard about it, but I've never had it before. It's the first time. You're such a liar. Are you really Japanese? I knew you had sushi once or twice. But anyway, eat. Thank you very much. Then I'll try this. Is that tuna fish? Itadakimasu. It's gone. It's literally melted in my mouth. It's the fatty tuna, isn't it? Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, I forgot to put some wasabi. This time, let me put some wasabi on top and dip it in the soy sauce. You put too much wasabi, huh? Have some more lassi. Thank you very much. I got carried away, but it was very good. Thank you. You know, my wife just prepared some Indian dish, samosa. He just got the recipe from this, the guy who came back from India. Do you want to try it? Huh? It's very hot. Try it. Samosa? Samosa? I've heard about it, but I never had it before. It's the first time. Good, there's always a first time for everything. Yeah, try it while it's hot. Thank you. Oh, this is what it looks like, huh? Interesting. It's very hot. Oh, smells nice. I'll go. Very hot. Potatoes inside them. But it's really crispy. Are you going to eat or are you going to talk? Huh? Make up your mind. You're a silly guy, but anyway, you're a nice guy. You know, you appreciate everything I give you. Well, not like my neighbor Roku. You know him? You know he's the complete opposite of you. Every now and then, we have dinner, we make something nice, we have nice smell for dinner, and he comes around and says, hey, what are you up to? When he knows exactly what we're up to. We're going to have a nice dinner. And, being a neighbor, I have to invite him in for dinner. So, he starts to eat, but he always has to say something first. He always has to say something like, oh, this fish is nice, but it's a little bit out of date. Oh, this is nice, but it's burnt a bit too much. But he eats everything. Last time he was over, he had 5 bowls of rice. That's not all. He never says he doesn't know. So I always thought I had to give him a hard time. Huh? What's going on? What's going on in the kitchen, Okio? What? Tofu's gone bad? Tofu? When was the last time we had tofu? Are you talking about paneer? Yeah, the gift we got from, a friend. But it's been what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? You cannot keep paneer for a long time. It's fresh. Maybe it's gone bad. Huh? It's looking funny. It's turning colors. It starts to grow hair. Really? Well, let me see. Is this really paneer? I thought it was white, but it's kind of gray on this side. It's kind of fluorescent yellow on that side. Oh yeah, there's some hair coming out from that side. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, look. Rotten paneer. My goodness, Tarzan. Rotten paneer? Rotten paneer? I've heard about it. I never had it before. It's the first time. Are you going to eat it? Are you going to eat it? I'm not gonna let you eat it. There's absolutely no one in this world who can eat rotten paneer. Actually, I think I know someone. I know who you're talking about. It's your neighbor, isn't it? Your birthday's getting very interesting. You know, I have an idea. Okio, can you bring some chili powder? You know, we have some, chili powder and old vinegar. We also have some cheese that we got from a friend who just went to France. Yeah, what is it called? Epoisse? It's really stinky cheese. It's illegal in Japan to have stinky cheese like that. So we have to finish it before we get caught. Bring all that. Yeah, thank you. Look, Taki. Look what I'm gonna do. First, I'll put the chili powder first. Then the vinegar. Oh, and this it was. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna mash it up. Now it's changing colors from gray to kind of dark red. It's now looking like strawberry smoothie. Strawberry smoothie. My goodness, that's not strawberry smoothie? Strawberry smoothie? I've heard about it, but I've never had it before. It's the first time. Oh, you're not gonna eat it, don't worry. This is for Raku, this guy. We need to have a nice story. Why don't we say it's a special gourmet souvenir we got from India? Huh? But we need a good name. Something easy for a Japanese person to understand. Because paneer is very unfamiliar in Japan unless you're an Indian food expert. So we need to give it a good name. Do you have any idea? Do you hear that sound? You know that sound of shamisen? How about if we call it chirito techin? Chirito techin. Chirito techin. A special gourmet souvenir from India. I like it. Let's call it chirito techin then, huh? Okia, can you put in the jar and close it really tight, okay? And we decide to call it chirito techin, a special gourmet souvenir from India. Okay, remember that. And another thing, can you go to Roku's house, tell him to come over, tell him it's urgent. Okay? Thank you. Take, Roku will be here in just a few minutes. Oh, it's not good you stay here. Maybe why don't you, go to the next room. You can hide yourself. You can, also take a peek if you want to. Well, why don't you take the food, huh? Take some sushi and samosa and you want some rice to go with it? Do you want some rice? My goodness, Tausa. Rice? Rice? I've heard about it. I've never had it before. It's the first time. Oh, you're such a liar. Just take everything, just go to the next room. Oh, Roku-san. Oh, that was very quick. Come on in. Hey, what's going on? I thought it was some sort of emergency. But look at you. You're drinking something. What's that, the white thing you're drinking? Sorry. I'm just having a birthday drink and I thought you might want to join me. Do you know this? It's called lassi from India. It's not clear. It's white sake from India. It's fake. How do you know it's fake? It's straight from India. Try it. All right, well, it's your birthday. So, I have just a small sip. Just a little bit is fine, because if it's not good, I do not want to drink it. Yeah, that's fine. No, too much. Happy birthday. One more glass. One more glass? You said it was fake. I told you it's not fake. It's good. Sorry, we don't have very much to go with lassi, but we have some samosa and some sushi. Samosa, sushi. But when you invite someone for drinks, you need to have something special. Don't you have anything special? Do we have anything special? Actually, we just got a special gourmet souvenir from India. It's called chili totechin. Do you know it? Chili totechin. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. Chili totechin, yeah. It's my favorite. I used to live in India. Really? I didn't know that. When I was living in India, I used to eat 3 times a day. Really? Yeah, it's good with beer, it's good with rice. Yeah, it's good, and it's reasonable. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, that's great. Because, we got this chili totechin thing, but we don't know how to eat it properly. So I thought you might be able to show me how to eat it. No problem. If you have it, just bring it out. I'll show you. Can you? It's amazing. You sure you know chili totechin? Do you? Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Can you give me chili totechin? Stop laughing. Stop laughing. Give it to me. So, Roxanne, I'll open it for you. It's chili totechin. Oh my God. It stinks. Oh, but you know chili totechin, right? Of course I know chili totechin, but the one I used to eat is the standard one that you can buy in a supermarket. But this is a premium chili totechin. I heard the smellier, the more expensive. That must be the super expensive one. Oh, wow, really? Anyway, can you show me how to eat it? What? Do you just show you how to eat it? I had it for breakfast, so. But you just said you used to eat 3 times a day. Did I say that? Did I say that? This is actually my wife's favorite. So why don't I just take this home and I'll enjoy it with my wife later, huh? Oh, don't worry about it. We can make plenty for your wife. Huh? Just give us a couple weeks. Huh? But I want you to show me how to eat it now. Now? Now? But it's your birthday today, so it's not very polite if I try it first. You should try it first. I know. I'm so sorry. I probably made you embarrassed, didn't I? You don't know how to eat it. And you don't even know what chili totechin is. Is that right? I'm so sorry. What are you talking about? That's so insulting. If you have that sort of attitude, let me show you then. I'll show you how to eat it. But I'll show you only once. All right? Just give me 10 seconds. All right. Pick up your chopsticks and pick up the plate of chili totechin. Slowly lift it up. And make sure you keep some distance between your face and the plate. Okay. And close your eyes, otherwise it may cause you cataract. Stop breathing, because if the smell goes up through your brain cells, it may cause dementia. Okay. So slowly bring it to your mouth, but your head usually moves along with the plate. So you make sure you hold your head so that it will come closer to the plate. When it reaches your mouth, don't even think about smelling it or tasting it. Just hold your breath and swallow the whole thing all at once. You want some more lassi? Yeah, it's mango lassi. Delicious. Delicious. But you're crying. Tears of happiness. Seriously? So, what did it taste like? It tasted just like rotten paneer. Thank you. This was the classic rakugo story called Chiri to Techin. And you should be able to watch that in YouTube. Some people perform different versions of it. But the one I performed today was the special India version. Thank you. All enjoyed. So now I'd like to move on to the slideshow, and so that you have a better idea of what this is all about. And it'll probably just last about 5 minutes or so. Okay? And please allow me to stop my punishment because my legs are killing me. So I'm gonna down to the. Do we have? So we have prepared a slide. Do I just turn the lights down or need to leave on? So it's very straightforward. So Rakugo has 400 years of history, and it started out as a way for Buddhist monks to spread their teachings in a very funny, casual way so that everyone will be interested to hear. And it really started as early as 1554, they say. And there, I don't know how many of you have been to Japan. There's Tokyo, a capital of Japan, and Osaka, which is a big western city. So there's Tokyo style Rakugo and Osaka or Kamigata style Rakugo. Tokyo style Rakugo started out as a theater performance where everybody pays to get in to listen to the performance. So the performance naturally becomes more subtle, more refined, whereas Osaka style Rakugo started out as a street performance. So in order to attract the attention of passers-by, they use a lot of gestures, they make a lot of sound, and then people stop, and if they like the performance, they pay a little bit in the end. So there are two different beginnings of Rakugo. And of course we perform two different styles together nowadays, but Osaka has a very strong dialect, very, very different from Tokyo, so you can obviously easily tell who comes from the Osaka area, or the Kamigata, the Rakugo performer, and who is the Tokyo one. And in Tokyo, there are 4 or 5 traditional theaters like this. And this is the theater where you can still go. And it was exactly like this 400 years ago. And you see the names of the performers who will be performing that day, and who's going to be the main eventer, and things like that. And inside is like this. Okay. if it's on the stage like this, there's no red carpet. But if it's done outside of these traditional theaters, we have a red podium like this. And this is the program. I know, I'm sorry, it's in Japanese, but it's a program you're given. So what happens, the show starts from midday and ends around 9 p.m. And there's the day section, the matinee, and the evening section. And I guess each section probably has about 20, 25 performers. And you pay now 3,000 yen or so, which is about 15,000 rupees, something like that. 1,500. And then you can stay as long as you want. You can leave as whenever you like. You can bring in drinks. You can have lunch. You can fall asleep. But if you start to make a lot of noise, if you start snoring, the performers will probably make fun of you. And Rakugo is what I performed today, the storytelling. Although this is the main thing of the theater, because it takes some concentration to understand the history. Some stories, and some stories are easy to understand. Some are more historic, and some require more concentration. So, in order to keep the audience entertained, we squeeze in various variety acts, like the stand-up comedy or magic show. That's me doing the magic show. And paper cutting, the artistic paper cutting. This is very unusual. It's very rare. There are not many people who can do it. So what you do is this person keeps talking and he asks for any requests from the audience what you'd like me to cut. And then while he's chatting with the music, he ends up with this an art piece. I think what you can see now is someone pointing at something, and there are people like audience. Maybe it's a rakugo performer or something on the stage. He's performing, and you see the audience on the left. And then shamisen talk. Shamisen is, as it's mentioned in the story, it's a three-strings instrument. So it's often performed still today, and that is also done. And bamboo macho is a street performance, and traditional juggling, and ukulele talk, and all sort of things. So it's very entertaining. A lot of young people have never been. Young people probably like the ambassador. I don't know, have you been to your theater? So it's not that popular, Yosef Theater itself, but the performers are often celebrities on TV. They do MC, they do acting, blah, blah, blah. But many people start out from these theaters. And the good thing about it is that when you travel to Tokyo next time, you can just take a look and see what was popular some 300-400 years ago still. And yeah, this is me performing at different venues. And as I said, we only use 2 props. And the picture at the right bottom is shows a screen that is placed here. It's only used in Osaka area. In Tokyo, we don't use that because we have nothing to hide. People in Osaka, I don't know what are they hiding. And how to be a rakugo performer. Right? There are around 1,000 performers in Japan, and you do typically an apprenticeship under a master for 12-15 years until you're allowed to be a main eventer. And once you're accepted as a master, you're given a stage name. In my case, Kanariya is my stage name. Kanariya Koraku is the stage name. And Kanariya is my rakugo family name. And and then you need to belong to one of the associations to be considered professional. But for English rakugo, which I do nowadays, the tradition doesn't particularly apply because most of us are performers in English, and most of us are trained in different parts of the world in performance of different kinds. But we do take apprenticeship, but we don't do it for 12-15 years because we don't have that much to live. We're in a rush. And there are certain movements that I have shown you in Rakugo. So samurai soldiers, merchant, farmers, women, they sit in different ways. And for example, or they move in different ways. For example, if I'm a samurai, I typically sit like this with our spines straight up and use hold defense like this. This is a samurai posture. We talk like this. So everyone knows it's a samurai. And the merchant is like this. And the farmer is even like this. And if you're a woman, and I love performing women, not in real life, but in Rakugo, you're always like this. Make sure your collar is close, that you don't show too much skin. So you move like this. This is the way. And how to walk. Men, women, children, young master, they walk in different way and they run in different way. I'll show you how to run. It's pretty interesting. There are many scenes that people run. So if you're just running, this is running. If you run upstairs, this is also running upstairs. And noodle soup and things you have become an expert. You know how to do it. And there's a sake drinking thing. You can hold a small cup like this or a big cup like this, or you can even drink in a big sake cup. Right? And if you're cold in winter, you're obviously cold, you're usually trembling. It's good to have this haori, the coat. That shows that you're really cold. And then smoking was really popular in those days. And in holding a pipe, there are different ways to hold pipe depending on the profession. So if you're a samurai warrior, you hold like this. And if you're a prostitute, there are different ways of holding a pipe like this. So if you're an expert, you can see that what kind of characters the performer is trying to show. And there are many colorful characters that appear in Rakugo, and this is a very typical Edo street, which you can still see in some areas in Japan. And we have samurai warriors, children, animals, doji doctors, stingy monks, people who pretend to know everything. A lot of colorful characters appear in the Rakugo story. And it's going global. Rakugo was only told in Japanese until very recent years. And we felt it was a big shame because it's actually pretty interesting. I thought, I don't know how you felt, but I like it. I thought it was interesting. So a group of us started to perform in English so that everyone in the world can understand what it is. And once it's made into manga or anime, it's instantly translated into different languages and performed, by different from different countries, and we also get invited to perform in different parts of the world. So that's where it's going global, and you should be able to pick up a book of Rakugo or movies of anime of Rakugo nowadays. So that wraps up a very quick overview of Rakugo and what it's like today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kanariya-san. This was such a delightful performance. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? We have about 10 minutes for reactions, questions, thoughts. Do you see something similar in India? I mean, this is now, like I said, this is an open house. Please feel free to chip in. Any initial comments, thoughts? Yeah, Lushan sir?
stories from other countries other than Japan into this art form?
Yes, that's a very, very good point. Yes, we do have stories that are adapted from tales of the Grimm brothers, for example, in Germany. God of Death, very popular story. This was an adaptation of the Grimm brothers' tales. We also have another story called The Zoo. This was based on the English folk tale. So we do have some. And these stories came not from 400 years ago, but probably about 100, 150 years ago. So we have some chiritote-chin for everyone.
They followed your recipe.
Yeah, I've given my recipe before.
Ram sir, I know you have to leave, but when you were not here, I was introducing you, Ram Madhavji. He is the president of India Foundation, and like I said, he's the patron, the mentor, without whose support this leap of faith that is Katha would not have been possible. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. Before, I know you have to leave, if you could just make a quick observation, comment, if you have a question, that'd be great, sir.
This is quite delightful. Thank you so much. As Sapur mentioned, we also have a few such art forms in India, traditional art forms, which are practically disappearing. They are no longer in popular imagination anymore. We are happy that in Japan you have 1,000 people still practicing this art form. Probably we should learn it from you, and we should try to revive some of those Indian art forms also. But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, please.
Hi sir, it was very delightful performance, and I just wanted to ask you, was there a time in Japan where this art form was dying, as Ram Madhav sir also mentioned that many art forms in India are dying, and was there any particular way that you revived it? Was there any time that Rakugo was not as prominent as it is today?
That's again a very, very interesting point. I think the fact that there are a lot of Rakugo performers have become TV stars. So because of the popularity of various TV programs, which TV has become very popular in the probably 60s and 70s, and there are Rakugo performers who helped various TV programs. And there's this particular program called Shonen, which has various Rakugo and different variety elements to it, is possibly still running. So I think it's in the book of records, the Guinness Book of Records, for the longest running TV program. So it's a no-brainer program you can watch on Sunday evening, when you're having dinner or when you just want to relax. So because you start to see some familiar faces of the Rakugo performers. So they not only perform Rakugo, they start to do MC work, acting and all sort of things. So this, I believe, has helped a lot in keeping Rakugo alive.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Ankita.
Thank you so much for the delightful performance. And I want to just check with you, do we only do comedies in this particular kind of performance? Or do we also do horror or tragedies?
Yes. So what I have done today is obviously a comedy, which I hope you found it funny. But there are stories that makes you cry. But people usually pay money to have a laugh. So we try not to do a lot of sad stories. But there are some stories that that makes you cry.
Himanshu.
Yeah, so one question, you talked about the Japanese and the English version, so do you also do in some of the other language, let's say Spanish, French? And part two of that question would be, do the expressions change when you go from, let's say, Japanese to an English to maybe some other language?
Well, a lot of interesting questions. Yes, we do perform in different languages. I myself perform in French as well. So I did 2 hours in France as well. And I'm also trying different languages because I'm a linguistic nerd. And Whether we perform differently depending on languages, to some extent, yes. For example, Japanese language or Japanese people, we don't use a lot of gesture when we're talking. We're very kind of quiet, static sort of people. But when we perform in France, the French language, is very dynamic, and also the same in Italy. So even if you're just a normal person, you're always performing even more boldly than the rakugo performer. So we try to exaggerate more when we perform in different languages to make it easier to understand. So yes, I think that would probably be the difference.
Yes, sir.
That's extremely interesting. I was just wondering whether there are only male performers or
Lots of female performers nowadays. Lots of female performers. And the rakugo has become very popular in the past 5 years because of the surge of female performers. And there are a few stars. And as is the case for anything, if you have a star, if you have a superstar, people who are not interested in the art form or the sports will be interested, will take an interest. So because of this, we have more female performers. But with that said, some of the stories which were written 400 years ago were written by male writers. So most of these stories are male-centric. And some stories deal with topics such as prostitution. And I think the stories related to prostitutes are probably the most popular ones. Because there's always a drama. Usually there are suckers who fall for the prostitutes, and he dedicates everything to win her heart, and in the end he fails miserably, that sort of things. Or he even commits suicide together with the girl, he thought, but she was just pretending to commit suicide, and he also didn't have the guts to commit suicide. So he's alive. So he goes back to the brothel and he sees the girl. It's like, oh wow, we're doing the same things. That sort of things. So lots of stories like that. So we have to be careful nowadays what stories to tell. But that's the
Do you have
history.
many scripts to follow, or you create your own story on the stage?
Well, there are some completely new stories. We can create some new stories, but we like classic stories a lot because there's a reason why these stories lasted for 400 years, because the script is really well written. So it's very difficult to write really good stories that may last for the next 400 years.
I know this is such a fascinating session, so many thoughts. So, but we've touched the 7 p.m. mark, and we typically try to finish the Katha sessions in an hour. So maybe we'll take 1 or 2 questions, and then maybe, with your permission, Kanariya-san, we'll close the session, and then Komji, if you could give the closing remarks, and then
the gentleman
maybe
there.
one question here, and then one here. And yes, so maybe if you can just ask your questions, and then maybe you can give a common response to all the. Yeah.
Quickly, just wanted to understand what are some of the themes that Rakugo humor kind of addresses. Are there themes where humor is used to question, let's say, authority or any traditional societal dogmas that Japan has?
There are no morals to the Rakugo stories. That's the whole point. We just tell silly stories. That's all. So some people try to find a meaning, to the story, but we have no meaning. The stories are very, very shallow.
Yeah, okay. So, first of all, thank you so much for this. Before this, the only thing Japanese came to my mind was Pikachu. I was a big fan when I was a child. But in fact, I wanted to share this thing. Many of you might be knowing this. In India, something kind of the Stangoi also is there in Indian tradition. It is, not very Indian, but it came from Persian tradition. So there are 2 people. Not one, but 2-3 people are there. The other thing is that my question is, because you said that this is a dying art, which is almost going to, is on extinction. So is there any particular month or day in the time of the year that the Japanese government has earmarked a particular that day that it will be celebrated for a particular day like that?
No, this is performed all year round. And the Rakugo Theatre, the Yosei Theatre that I showed you about, it's open all around the year.
No,
So-
it is done all over the year, but any particular day, like for example, like yoga, if I have to say, there is a particular day, International Day of that yoga. Now we have celebrated International Day of Meditation also 2 days back. So any kind of that thing UN has tried or is trying, is in the process kind of.
I don't think there is one. Not that I know of. I might have to ask my ambassador to to verify.
And yeah, one last question.
Yeah. So first of all, amazing performance. Now I can think of some of my friends whom I can invite at home and offer rotten for tea.
Thank you.
So the question is, one, while the slides which you were showing, in one of the slides there was paper cutting, right? Which was very interesting, wherein the master at that particular present, gets the inspiration and does the paper cutting. So one, can you explain a little bit more about that? Second, is it also connected to what Apurv mentioned, to draw, be very present and draw anything you have in mind at the same time?
Paper cutting, okay, it doesn't involve drawing in this particular case, but of course they have to be trained in drawing, because especially when they're talking about something completely different, they'll be doing some completely different, which is paper cutting. It would probably be easier if I just send you some links to the videos, YouTube videos that shows how paper cutting is done. So
If you can add it to the community, Katha community, there's a WhatsApp group where we keep sharing updates. Maybe you can share that.
absolutely. And I have some cards and also stickers for you to give for those of you who are interested to keep in touch with me or find out more about Rakugo. Instagram account, obviously. So please come to me.
Maybe final comments and then see if you could close the session.
I am into Japan for 47 or 45 plus years. My entry into Japan was through Jidai Eiga and Rakugo. Then I went into interpretation, lost the track on Rakugo. I can only say to all of you, this was just excellent, because doing Rakugo in English was unimaginable for me. I have been a professional translator and it was just excellent. I could see the same sort of essence coming in. So that's the professional approach which is seen in Japan, where you leave diplomatic role, work for 12 to 15 years without any confirmation that you'll get something in return. This dedication is salute to it. And I would say that you made your boss is not here, Ambassador Loft, for a duration longer than what is permitted in the diplomatic protocol. And your honey trap excuse probably made Ambassador Ono proud of you. There is one comment I would like to make on chili tote chi could have been tweaked a bit, but your lassi sake comparison was excellent. This means you have done homework in a very big way, and I would say that great diplomatic skills taking Rakugo to unknown territories. Thank you so much. Just one more, if time permits, if you can explain Rakugo kanji for the benefit of all.
Okay, so the kanji, the Chinese characters we use for Rakugo, it literally means fallen words. So I think there are different interpretation to it, but what we try to understand it is that there's a bottom line, there's where the story actually ends or drops. It's what's the funniest. So it's the story that takes you, on a journey to the Edo area for 400 years ago, and experience the lifestyle there, and then ends with a bit of a laugh. That's my understanding, but perhaps you have a different interpretation.
I will have to understand myself. Thank you so much.
Well, I have to express my thanks on behalf of all of you as well, and say that, while I was watching you and listening to you, it reminded me, on the one hand perhaps, and this is not such an accurate comparison, but of course Kabuki came to mind. And also I remember some of the Zen parables in which the master uses his fan to present a piece of cake to the disciple, to show him that a fan is not necessarily only to fan oneself. A fan can be used for many different things, and likewise you use the fan to drink. So that's very, you traced, I think, the connection between Zen and Rakugo, and it's very much a part of the Zen teaching by the absurd, in a way, breaking the mask of conventional reality and showing people that life is not about the conventions that we are practicing in society. It is something which in a way can become very meaningless and which has much deeper meaning at the same time. So that was of course notable. Also, coming back to my comparison between different kinds of humor, there is this classification which is perhaps a bit artificial. We see that the French have esprit, the Spanish have gracia, the Italians have scherzo, and the English have humor. And in the Japanese, there is both the mimicry and there is, of course, the impersonation, but also the observation of human foibles, and which is, of course, one of the interesting parts. It's like, the famous Greek characters of, the so-called characters of Aristeus, who was observing humans and by depicting them made people laugh. And so that's very much what you have done and what Rakugo is also about. So thank you once again, and hope to watch you another time. I'm perhaps not in Japanese yet, because one has to really understand Japanese to understand what happens then, but in English you have done an excellent rendering of it, or perhaps a creative adaptation of it.
Thank you. Komji, may I ask you to do a small formality? We have a small gift as a token of appreciation for Kanariya-san. If you could just present him.
Should I be sitting there?
You have to take photos also, so hold the pose. This brings us to the end of the 9th session of Katha and the final one for this year. We will meet again next month, probably to discuss Irish myths, but I'll keep you posted on the WhatsApp group. So please, those of you who are not on our Katha community group, please join the WhatsApp group, which is where we keep sharing details about the sessions and also interesting stuff related to the themes that we discuss in these sessions. Thank you. Wish all of you and your families a very happy new year. See you in 2026.